Hi friends, today I'll be reviewing a very different pen from Pilot. This is Pilot Justice and it has been kindly lent to me for review by Mr. Ashish Jha. Mr. Ashish, many thanks to you for this. Pilot Justice is a very unique pen because it has a tension bar which lets you adjust the stiffness of the nib. So before much ado, let's come to that. The case is slightly different from the usual packaging by Pilot. It has a kind of a brushed metal finish to it, but it's made up of cardboard. You have outer sleeve, then you have the inner case which has a magnetic, no, it's not a magnetic, just a lift off lid, and both of them have kind of a brush feel to that. You would have the pen kept there and the cap there. I think I'll have to check that again once. Okay, this pen is available in fine and medium, and this one is medium. Let's come to the pen. Pilot Justice is available in black plastic, and you have a barleycorn pattern like you can see on this, and it also has a striped pattern. They are available for rhodium and gold trims. This one is a gold trim, as you can see. This is a cartridge converter pen. The finial is standard. This is not adorned at all. The clip is slightly different from the usual line of Pilot pens. It's got a decent give to that. You have a branding of Pilot mentioning Justice 95 Pilot Japan. Justice, why? I think because it can be adjusted probably, and 95 because it came in the year 95 of inception of Pilot company. Medium, the stickers is still there, and then you have a small this is not a piston filler, it's just a ring there, and then you have a finial, back finial. The pen, as you can see, is flat top flat bottom, although it comes slightly close to how Pilot Urushi custom Urushi 825 looks like. But as you can this 845, as you can see, a Justice is almost similar in dimension, but when you uncap it, Justice is longer uncapped slightly, and the nib is not size 15 like Pilot custom Urushi. The Pilot nibs have their own size numbering. This is similar to Pilot custom 912. Okay, so there you have it. Now what sets this nib apart is this little fellow jetting out from there. So this is a tension bar which sits right over the nib, and you can rotate this serrated ring there, and you can adjust the tension from hard to soft. So if you move it like this, you can see the tension bar sliding out, and it sits right on top of the nib, so that while you're writing, the give of the nib is not much. So this is a hard setting, and when you rotate it the other way around, it slides up so that the nib has more give to it. So the branding of the nib has been put on the side. I don't know if you can see it that well. Yeah, so what's written there? Pilot Japan, and on this side would be medium, and this is a 14K nib. This is a 14K nib for you. Now the writing section of this pen is pretty decent, and this rotatory this ring does not come in the way. It's in fact pretty comfortable to hold, gives a good grip there as well. You have a small ring, and then the barrel opens up, and you have standard converters there. Now this was handed to me for review without a converter, so I am not sure which converter comes preloaded when you receive the pen. So then you close it. What are the dimensions of this? So this is somewhere around 14.5 centimeter uncapped, and around 13 centimeter, sorry, 14.5 capped and 13.5 uncapped. This is lightweight pen. Weight is about 24 grams, and the cap is around 9.5, so this would be around 15. Now let's come to the best part of this, which is writing. Okay, so before I start off with the writing part, let me tell you about the posting. Many of you would like to post the pen. It posts very securely and it looks pretty elegant considering its proportion. It does not make it top heavy. As you can see, the cap weighs only 9.3 grams, so it doesn't make it top heavy and very comfortable to hold and securely as well. So I would start writing in hard setting and then I'll tell you the difference between the two. The ink which I've used is Sailor Ink Studio. And this is 741 and it's got a very good blue turquoise shade to that. So this is a hard setting and I'll shift on to soft where I've withdrawn the tension bar inside. Can you see the difference? Now it produces two things. One, it makes the line slightly broader, the stroke slightly broader. It makes the nib more wet. And while you're writing, it gives a different feel in both the settings. The hard settings, you can feel the nib to be a pretty stiff, does not have a lot of give to that. While in soft setting, it really glides very smoothly off the paper since it's more wet, as is evident there. So even the way it writes on the paper, it changes significantly over the two. Now, how does this affect the flexing of the nib? Many of you are using it for calligraphy. It is pretty different from a usual calligraphy nib, which have a lot of flexibility. This one is in hard setting and this one is in soft. The issue which I had with this was, can you see it? The feed many times does not keep up with the play in the times. So you get these railroadings pretty commonly. So this is a modern, it is touted as a modern flex nib, but the feed has not probably been designed very well to keep up with this. Many of you will be using this. The strokes would be very gentle and not as fast as I am doing. Still it is that. Am I the culprit? Is the ink slightly starved of ink but not as much? So ink is still there. As you can see, it's not ink starved, but I am not finding the feed to cope up very well. Okay. So I've slightly primed it. But once that priming is gone, the issue comes up again. I'm not much into calligraphy, so I cannot really be a very good judge of this particular character of the pen, but if I'm writing on different papers using this adjuster there, the slider, I can meet the needs of writing on different papers using the same pen. I don't have to juggle between the two. Believe me, I've used Pilot pens in both soft as well as normal nibs, and I do find that this tension bar really gives a good experience of both of them in a single nib unit. What I don't like about the pen, The tension bar, once you slide it out, first of all, once you've reached the end and you've held the pen from the barrel, the whole pen starts to unscrew, the barrel starts to unscrew. So when you are adjusting the tension bar, you would have to hold it on the upper part of the writing section. Now that's it. Now can you see, once I've slid the tension bar out, it almost always carries the ink staining there. Even if I get rid of that and I put it back again, comes back again. So this is the issue with this. You have to give up your obsession of keeping your nib spick and span while writing this way. This will keep on happening again and again. And I tried removing and flushing it, but you can't really do that very well. Let me show you one more thing. I'll just remove this. So I've removed that, and now you can see this flange, this tension bar is actually inserted between the ring, between the writing section there, and there is a ring there, and you can't really clean the pen very well from this crevice. So there will always be some residue left there. This is somebody else's. I have already fiddled much with it, so I won't go beyond this, and I won't try to open all these sections there. Overall, I find this to be a very versatile pen. I don't use it for flex writings. At a pricing of about 312 USD across various sites in the US, I think this pen, with the kind of versatility it offers, is a very good buy. Many thanks to Mr. Ashish for sending this over. With this I would end. Stay safe, enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.